Welcome, everyone, to the Sonoma Spiel. My name is Tim with the Sonoma Valley Visitors Bureau. I was in Los Angeles the beginning of this week, and you may have heard of a thing called the Academy Awards. They had it because I was there, and I was honored that we all sat in traffic for like 2 hours trying to get from LAX to downtown LA because I actually forgot the Academy Awards were happening. As you know, the winner for Best Picture was, hey, somebody insert that. And the winner for Best Director was also insert there. I actually didn't know. I didn't even watch it. I didn't even pay attention to it. That was my problem. But that reminds me that a lot of times we have these big, amazing Hollywood level films that everyone talks about, but that doesn't take into account all the cool little independent films that are out there. And I think that's wrong because you should also have the chance to see a lot of new films and films that don't go mainstream and films that people pour a huge part of their energy into. And, they deserve an audience. And for that reason, today I have a very special guest. I know every week I say I have a very special guest. This time I actually mean it. She's a three-peat guest. She's very special. It's Ginny Krieger with the Sonoma International Film Festival. Hi, Ginny.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here again.
Yeah, it's good to have you here. This is fun.
Thank you.
And also, look, we have one of these little clapper
You have
things.
a clapper?
Yeah, like these are really neat. Do you have one of these in your office?
No, I don't, but it's to do again, right?
Yeah, that's the clappers are the best things because you can use it to say, take two or take three or take four or whatever. Ginny, Sonoma International Film Festival.
Yes.
Is coming up March 19th through 23rd, 2025.
Correct.
You have been doing this for a little bit of time, right?
Oh, yeah. I've been involved in several facets of the festival, from volunteer to board member to some paid staff, and now executive director.
Oh, look at that. So you just stuck around long enough and you know what? You missed a meeting.
Sometimes, I don't know if it's the Peter principle or not, but I'm here now.
No, not at all. You have been promoted to right where you want to be, lady, right where they need you. Before we go into a little bit about the festival this year, can you tell me how long roughly has it been around and how did it start?
Yeah. A person by the name of Carolyn Stolman and Jerry Seltzer in 1996 had this idea to do a film festival in Sonoma. I don't know their exact motivation, but we're awfully happy that they started something on a small scale.
Right.
That was probably, I wasn't here in 1996, but when we did move here in late 2000 and attended the festival for the first time in 2001, I believe it was actually in September, it was only at the Sebastiani Theatre.
Got it.
Board of directors, I think, more or less got all the pieces together at the time and had a very concentrated festival.
So small
shoestring one theater. That's right.
And the Sebastiani is, of course, a classic movie theater. And so started small. You moved here, you said, in 2000.
Yes.
Where did you move from, Ginny?
We moved from Boston. We had lived in New York before that, so we had kind of I was born in Baltimore. I went to school at Towson, Maryland, and moved up the coast a little bit to New York and then to Boston.
Were you in the film industry?
I was not. I was not in the film industry. I've kind of always been in the financial end of things. I'm not exactly sure how I wound up there.
But here you are.
But here I am.
All right, so you moved to town, you attend the festival, and it looks like it's been growing every year and become a very established on the circuit festival.
We feel like it has grown exponentially as far as quality of the films and also other things that surround the festival as far as events that we plan and get into to not only be a film festival, but to be someplace to visit in Sonoma, or if you're even a resident of Sonoma, that you can enjoy something that lasts 5 days. You meet all kinds of people, shall I say.
Right.
You will even meet people in line as you're waiting to get into a film.
That's right. That sort of whimsy of like, oh, you're from here and I'm from here.
And you
maybe
get to share stories and not just, what films you like even.
Exactly. That's the way it is.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Would you consider yourself now like a big film aficionado? Or are you still like a person that likes the festival, but you're not like, you don't have a clapper in your office, for example?
I do not have a clapper in the office, but I do really enjoy watching films. It's I think it's a great art form. I think it's so expressive, and it takes so many facets from storytelling
Right.
to editing, of course, to sound, to light, and of course the actors who are in the films as well.
Right.
From 2-minute shorts
Right.
to 3-hour films.
Oh my goodness. Do you guys have 3-hour films in this film?
We do not this year. We do not have a 3-hour film.
You're not going to do a stretch break like back in the day, the intermission.
We don't have a Nicholas Nickleby on the screen.
Yeah, that would be a very long.
Yeah,
Wow.
it would be.
Well, tell me a bit, like, in the age of streaming services and TikTok, and even, this is going to be on YouTube. That's why everyone checks me out on the YouTube there. Do film festivals still have a place? Should they still be around? Why film festivals? Why now?
Well, the short answer for a film festival is to get a variety of types of films that you can see in one location.
Okay.
There are other festivals, perhaps, that have a more concentrated topics, if you will. If it's a documentary film festival, they may only show docs.
Right.
If it's an environmental film festival, obviously the films will be about the environment. But we have chosen to kind of cross over into types of films, whether it be features or documentaries or short films. We do stay away from horror films. We don't do slasher films.
Really?
Maybe we should. Is that what you're asking me?
No, actually, that's funny because I never thought about, excluding a certain one per se in this sense. But I could also see it is kind of a light. And you guys have a lot of thinking films too, but like you don't have dark horror films.
Not that kind of film.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
we do have some films that will leave you on your edge of your seat, perhaps because of the mystery and the perhaps a few drops of blood around.
Oh, okay, good. All right, well, there's that. But I bet you there's already slasher film festivals out there.
I'm more
really
than sure that there must be.
What does it take to put on a film festival?
It takes a lot of grit, and it takes a lot of effort. Actually, we work on our film festival. I would say we really concentrate on it 9 months out of the year.
Okay.
Just to get where we are.
It is like a baby. It takes 9 months.
It really is. It takes us, a couple months to clean up.
Lick your wounds, recover.
Exactly.
Yeah, because there's like, it's not just 1 or 2 movies.
No, exactly. We have over 100 films this time. Now, that does include some short films.
Right.
But we still have all those films that technically need to get either downloaded, accepted on a hard drive, because I think we've talked about this before. All of our films that we show that are feature or documentary length films, they come on a hard drive. It gives a much better quality when they're projected from a
higher
drive.
It's a bigger file size.
Yes,
and it
yes,
looks more like film.
Yeah, many years ago we used to do it off of DVD players, Blu-rays.
Oh, okay.
But you can't compare the quality of the sound.
Especially once the screen is blown up, right?
That's
and
right.
the sound is good.
Right, exactly.
Especially if, a sound engineer is working really hard on that, or a musician or something like that.
Yeah, and filmmakers want the best way that their film can be enjoyed.
Yeah,
and so that has to do with the way it's projected on the screen as well as the sound.
So you've got to put in these 9 months. If you're putting on 100 films, that means someone has to look at like 500 films or 600 films or whatever.
We do. There are 2 different ways that we get films that we can, judge to see if we want them in the festival. And one way is that our artistic director, Carl Spence, he will go to many different festivals and perhaps garner films from those festivals.
Okay.
He will also, I'm sure, be contacted by other industry people to say, can you consider this in your
Oh,
festival?
like I got a line on him.
Right, because
there's this hot upcoming filmmaker. This kid's really
That's
hot.
right,
Check it out.
that's right,
And it's
that's
like
right.
a 12-year-old who makes TikToks. You're like, but no, this is it. This is going to be a breakaway one. Yeah.
So, so many people know of him
Okay.
and know him that he does have that pipeline to a lot of films. He has 3 senior programmers who help him in the shorts and the documentary and the features category. So they will concentrate and look at all the films in their particular box, right? And they will say, I give this film a high mark. I think it'd be perfect for us. So he doesn't operate, just in a box. And we also get films through a website, which is called Film Freeway.
Okay.
Filmmakers submit. They give you all the information about their film, et cetera. And so our programming team watches those that come through the internet. So you can watch them that way these days.
So if you're an up-and-coming filmmaker and you want to get noticed and you don't have an agent and you're not already in festivals, Film Freeway is one way to kind of like get your stuff out there.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly. Okay. So many filmmakers, start with festivals.
Right. And I think it's nice that the cost to make movies has come down, right? Since when you first started, when you needed a lot of stuff.
Exactly.
And now literally a phone.
Literally, you could do a film on your phone, which we have had a few films that have, been done on an iPhone.
That's amazing.
It is. It is, and the quality is still there.
Okay.
Which is to me amazing.
I got to be clear, not the ones I make.
No.
Yeah,
no.
The quality is not there. The forethought is not there. People watching this right now as a video, no, it's clearly seat of the pants. This is cinema verite right now. Ginny, what's your favorite kind of film to watch or kind of movie to watch?
Oh, I like films that leave me. It sounds so trite, but I love films that really don't finish. That I like to figure out. I wonder what the next step is going to be.
Really?
Yeah, I like a film that is disturbing in a way.
Okay.
That it's not to say that I don't like feel-good films.
Right.
But I won't particularly pick a feel-good film to go to.
So you're not the summer blockbuster movie kind of person.
No, I'm probably not a Bridesmaids person.
That was a funny movie, though.
I know. I like funny movies. It's
right.
not that.
But it's just, okay, interesting. Okay, here's the other question.
Mm-hmm.
Movie, film, cinema. Are they all the same thing, or does it just depend who's watching it and how snooty they are?
Well, I think it depends on who says the words. Maybe if you're from France, it's always cinema verite.
Right, the cinema.
Yes.
Right. But a movie and a film, we're using these obviously interchangeably. Like, we're going to go to the movies or go watch the films.
Exactly.
No one has movie festivals. They always have film festivals.
It's always film festivals.
Alliteration.
Exactly.
People like alliteration. Mm-hmm. They really do.
I think that's I think that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe we could start like a movie. I don't know what alliterates with movie. Movie mecca. Movie meetings.
Madness.
Movie madness. That could be the next thing.
Movie mecca movies.
Mecca movies.
Movies. No.
We'll workshop this, as they say. We're gonna keep going through it. All right. Well, this year the film festival, March 19th through 23rd here in 2025. It's going to be all around Sonoma. Can you take me through? I'm not expecting you to be an expert on all 100 films. I'm fully aware that you
I haven't seen one of them.
The executive director, so you're more about like making sure you're in charge of the Three Ring Circus. But can you tell me like where they're going to be, what's going to be there?
Of course.
Before you get into that, though, I did just like going to the movies or the film. I did go to Sebastiani Theatre, and I talked to Tony over there. Mm-hmm. I said, Tony, I'm interviewing Ginny with the film festival. I need to get some movie treats. So he let me into the theater, and I got some Good and Plenties. That's classic. I asked him, what are the classic ones?
That's what our film festival is. Isn't it Good and Plenty?
Yeah. Oh, good for you. And some Junior Mints. I love these are really good ones.
Yeah, they're favorites.
He says these are classics for every movie thing. Well, it sounded really
yes.
There you are. And then also the Sour Patch Kids, which are fantastic.
Pucker a little bit.
Yeah, they're really good. And then I also got, are you a Coke person, a Sprite person, or a root beer person?
Maybe if out of those three, maybe Coca-Cola person.
Coca-Cola, that's right. Because remember when they used to have like the dancing Coca-Cola bottles and the ice and stuff like that? I'll pour you one. I know you've also, like you said, you were healthy today, which
Well, I
accuse you of. Here,
had a
listen to this.
quick bite for lunch. There you go.
And I can do the pouring thing that they do at the movie theaters when like.
Oh, you hear it, right?
Oh yeah.
You can hear that carbonation.
That's right. So I'll give you a cup right there if you want.
Okay, thank
you
you so
don't have
much.
to drink it if you don't want to.
Thank you
but
so
as
much.
you go, I feel like if we're going to talk about the movies.
And you gave it to me in an appropriate Coca-Cola
Oh yeah,
glass.
I got it right there from Ginny at the
Tony
at the Sebastiani Theatre. A great theater.
It's been a long time since I've had a Coca-Cola.
I know. I never really drink. The only time I drink soda is at the movies. I love it. And then I also got some popcorn. So, which his popcorn machine wasn't on. So I made this in the microwave. I think I left it in too long. It does not look. Here, I'll put some in here.
Well,
but I'm really selling it, aren't I?
yeah,
Like
you are.
that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what color it comes out to be.
Yeah. So the microwave here, in the studio is not professional level popcorn making. Oh yeah. Don't eat that one. That one's a little Cajun style.
Thank
there.
you. I'll take it over here.
Yeah, we'll just put
in
it right
case I
there.
get
And so, okay, so now I'm ready to hear about the movies. I've got popcorn. I've got my Coke. I'm probably going to open the Good and Plenty's too. And I don't know why we put salty sugar, more sugar. But that's like the American experience.
To keep you awake?
Yeah, maybe that's it. So now that it's here, tell me what kind of movies are coming. What do we got?
Oh, we have a huge range of films. Did you want me to talk about also where we're going to show the films in Sonoma?
Yes, that way, and roughly, because
of
people can pick up the
set the-
packet, of course, from the
Sure.
theaters, but yeah.
Sebastiani Theatre, which is our, we call it our marquee theater here because of the visibility on the plaza, the Art Deco-ness of it. I mean, we have been at the Sebastiani. We show some monthly films there, and I'm always surprised about the visitors, who come into that theater just to see what it looks like.
Classic theater built in the 1930s, I think it was. And
35 or 6, I think it was.
And it's beautiful. It's got the classic main rows, or two main rows. Now I'm trying to remember exactly. I think one main row?
Yeah.
No, two main rows.
Two.
Yeah.
Two.
Middle section, one big thing, also a stage where you can also have performances on there.
That's right.
And it's really how back in the day, each city had a marquee movie house. And in Sonoma, that one's right on the plaza. You can't miss it because it says Sebastiani Theatre in bright neon lights. So that's one of the locations we're doing them.
So that is one of the locations. We, I think I've talked about this before, but we do promote ourselves as a walking festival. You can park your car, or you can walk. If you're close enough, you can walk and access all their movie venues.
Okay.
Beside the Sebastiani Theatre, we have Andrews Hall, which is at the Sonoma Community Center.
Oh, okay. That's 2 blocks away, 2.5 blocks.
It's 2 blocks away, exactly. We are showing films again at a building called the Sonoma Women's Club.
That's a really neat building.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know when it was built, but it's obviously
It was
a bit ago.
really a long time ago. This is when you need a good editor to go back in and put it all in there.
That's right.
So Sonoma Women's Club, which is a block and a half off the plaza.
And there's a large building called the Veterans Memorial Building here. And there's 2 venues that we use that building for. One of the areas has stadium seating. They pull down the seats, and then we add other seats in the front to bring the capacity, I'm guessing, to about 400 people.
Oh, wow, that's big.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's really big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what the Veterans Building designates the other room, they call it the dining room, but it's because I'm sure it's kind of connected to a small kitchen.
Got it.
But we use that also as a screening venue that probably holds, I'm guessing, about 150, 160 people maybe.
Okay. Wow,
And so they're the screening venues that we have for the films.
okay.
Professional projectionists help us at all those
Okay. So
locations as well.
it's not volunteers just showing up. They actually know what they're doing.
They actually know what they're doing. our tech director, Tim Taylor, is great about getting those projectionists and getting everything running in a professional way.
And now I've got this neat little pamphlet that kind of unfolds.
Yes.
And it literally has, in addition to sort of all the locations, but all the different films starting from Wednesday through Sunday, so the 19th through the 23rd. This is amazing. This is every little film, a little capsule about them.
I know. The type might be typeface might be a little small for some people. But it's readable, and you have everything that folds up, and you can put it in your pocket. And we just felt like we started this format 2 festivals ago. This is the 3rd time that we've done it with this fold-out format. And we just feel like it's it's such a handy little thing, and it doesn't waste a lot of paper.
Yeah.
But a lot of people really wait to get this so they can have a physical something in their hands.
Well, they come to the visitor center. They ask for it all the time. There is a very steady group of people that come for it every year.
Yeah, they ask us the same thing. That's kind of the first question that people say, well, when does your program guide come out? And we say, you can see everything online. You can watch a trailer online. You can find out more information online. But people really like this piece. Maybe, just to kind of plan their day, what their films are going to be. They circle the film. They can figure out where they're going.
Well, let me ask, do you need to buy individual tickets per film, or how does it work to go?
We started out, and we've kept to the idea that you wear a pass to get into a film. We have different levels of passes based upon not just the cost, but what you get for paying for a particular pass. But that pass with a QR code and your scan getting into all the venues, so we know how many people actually attended and all that good stuff.
So you don't need to buy, my point being, do I have to get this film ticket ahead of time?
You don't. There are some festivals that do that, even if you have a pass, that you do have to reserve a ticket. We don't do that.
Okay.
So just based upon the level, people are let into the different venues. And we also do put individual tickets on sale online.
Got it. Okay, so they want to do that.
So, that is an option for those who maybe don't want to submerge themselves into 4 or 5 days of watching films.
Right, if they don't
or
have
they're
the
just
entire
here
time.
for a day, or
they can just go
up
for individual.
a few hours or whatever. They can still see a good film.
So, Ginny, this you probably don't know this, but Sonoma Valley is actually known as a food and wine destination.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Could be the cases of wine that are in the hallway over here in the radio
So that's
station.
stuff that I drink every night. That's red with a cork in it.
So
Okay.
it's not just all Coca-Cola at the Sebastiani. You always seem to incorporate food and wine as a key part of this festival.
Yeah, we
Is that
do.
going to happen again this year?
Absolutely. We do have several films that are focused on food.
Okay.
And one of those films is a documentary. And it's a documentary that really honors Marcella Hazan, quite a famous chef from Italy who has published many cookbooks.
Okay.
And one of her things that she got famous for was her tomato sauce, which is a very simple recipe.
Okay.
But she got known for it. So we are showing that documentary about her.
Okay.
And we are more or less, I would say, honoring her with a special dinner that we're offering to you. It is by ticket only.
Okay.
Except for certain high levels of pass holders.
Gotcha.
And so that dinner will honor Marcella following her recipes.
Oh.
It's a 4-course dinner.
That sounds terrible. Tell me more. I think I see it here Thursday, March 20th.
Yes. It's at Hannah Center, which is which has a great facility here with a commercial kitchen, and we can hold up to 190 people at tables. The dinner itself is being led by a chef here in Sonoma County. Her name is Domenica Catelli.
Okay,
she has
so up in
Catelli's
Geyserville, good.
Yes.
So good.
Yes,
you should never leave Sonoma Valley, but if you do,
if you
go
do.
there.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
The Domenica sauce is really good up there. And the ravioli are very good. I mean, I've never been there.
Now we're hungry.
Oh, I have some good and plenties. I've also got Sour Patch Kids. So people go to this, and Domenica will be there.
Yes, she will be leading the chefs that are there. It starts out with a nice champagne reception from Gloria Ferrer.
Oh, okay.
And Marcella was a fan. Her music taste leaned toward Vivaldi and Verdi.
Okay.
And so we're having a string quartet from Sonoma State who will be playing some of her favorite selections from those composers.
This sounds like a great evening.
So you will be entertained and listen to some great classical pieces.
And eat some delicious Italian food.
Yes, and her son, Chris, will be here.
Okay.
Marcella's son, Chris. And we're going to do a little interview Q&A with Chris, which is going to be led by our friend and another famous chef and cookbook writer, Joanne Weir, who is based right here in the Bay Area.
Yeah. That's all the same day?
It's all going to be incorporated in this dinner.
Okay.
And one of the things that Marcella really loved, too, were beans. And so Gordo beans is going to be part of one of the courses.
Okay. Yeah, it's a famous heirloom variety of beans, Rancho Gordo.
Yes.
Super good. And they have really creative packaging and all these weird heirloom beans that you can just get.
I made a soup last week out of his beans. Unfortunately, they had to soak overnight, but that's okay.
Well, that's the whole trick, right?
Right.
You either need a pressure cooker or like to let them soak or something like that. You plan ahead.
Exactly.
So you have this one Marcella's Italian dinner.
Yeah.
I also see something called Culinary Masterclass on Saturday.
Right.
And it says a masterclass of Japanese cuisine and culture with 2 Michelin star chef Yoshinori Ishii.
That's right.
At Andrews Hall.
Yeah.
And it looks like you get to learn all about Japanese food and culinary art, and then a short documentary called Tanago Koro, which is a portrait of the chef and his maverick culinary career.
Yeah. I am not familiar with this chef, but you know how popular Japanese cuisine is anyway.
Big fan.
And it's an art. We think of Japanese sushi, whatever, it is. We think of it, at least I do. I think it's just an art piece in a way.
Wait.
Don't you think so?
You don't buy all your sushi at the gas station? Because I would.
Not all of it.
I can't not recommend it enough. Don't do that. Go to an actually good sushi place. Yes. Because gas station is sushi.
Ginger at the gas station.
No. You definitely get something, but it's not. All right, so this sounds cool, and we can go learn more about Japanese culture and their cuisine.
Absolutely, and he has 2 Michelin stars. If we didn't mention that before, so
gas station also does not. That would be a neat one. And that's what I do like. You always find a way to make sure food is if not the centerpiece, because films and movies are, but that they're definitely that theme that runs throughout a lot of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. As well as in some of our venues, we do serve wine before the films at certain times of the day.
Okay. That's not too bad.
No, it gives gives people a chance to maybe taste a little wine maybe that they've never had before.
Yeah, go out there and try it out. Plus, we do have a lot of the wineries and things are open during this time, so people can go to see some films, go to a tasting room, come back, and do the thing there.
Yeah.
Okay, there's more than 100 films. I was going to flip it over here.
Okay.
And so what I've noticed is some of these, they're not all new films. Some of these, like this is Mysterious Skin. It's the 20th anniversary of the film. So you do bring back movies from before if people like them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. We do that. And we do put our short films into programs.
Okay.
So it's we try to find some sort of common thread, common theme.
Okay.
Where we will if you will, bunch, short
together
films
there.
together. So the whole program could run an hour, it could run a little bit more or less, but you will see a compilation of short films in one program.
So they're not just a blip that you missed for 5 minutes. Like, sorry, you missed it.
Exactly.
The short film programs I'm seeing here include Animation Nation Shorts, dive into the filmmakers' minds while we experience their artistic perspective in this collection of animated stories that will have you following a drunk pig through a city, a girl having tea with mummies, as well as a dancing robot vacuum. That sounds like fun.
Doesn't it?
Then the Just for Fun shorts, which is on Wednesday, and looks like it repeats again on Saturday.
That's right.
From the months before Christ through the Regency era and into modern times, the protagonists of these films will take you by surprise with their comedic spin on solving contemporary problems. And it looks like 73 minutes, 72 minutes. These are about an hour, hour and a half packaging of films. Okay. And then you got Out and About shorts. Follow stories of self-discovery, acceptance, love, and gender expression led by eclectic characters that show the diversity of the LGBTQ plus community and the vulnerable situations that we get ourselves into. And then you get a whole bunch of reality bites. This is Life shorts and To the Edge shorts. Ooh, To the Edge. It will make you feel uneasy. Ooh, those are the ones that you like. But will allure you with great storytelling and craftsmanship from experienced and new filmmakers. That's kind of cool. I love this idea.
Yeah.
Like, you can get exposure to a lot of different types of films in a short period there. Okay. And then tell me about these SIFF pop-ins. What does that mean?
Yeah, this is new for us this year. And it started with a conversation with our development director. Nancy was watching, I believe, the Olympics.
Okay.
And she said, they have, little pop-ups or whatever at the Olympics.
All right.
And, talking it over and everything, we thought, what a cool thing maybe to bring into the festival, but let's incorporate tasting rooms, restaurants, whatever, to give them a little bit more exposure.
Got it.
Because some of the, when people are here and they are just here for films or whatever, many times if they're not locals, they don't know where to go.
Right.
And they don't know what's great and what's good or whatever it is. And so to expose them to different places around Sonoma, we felt like this is a good opportunity to get them exposure as well as helping us and making people feel like their pass is something more than just going to a film.
Just go to the movies there.
And so we have 6 different venues that have offered to be open for a 2-hour stretch.
I like this.
And you can drop in if you have a pass.
Okay.
And you can get a taste of wine and a small bite.
Okay.
In 2-hour segments. And so we feel like
I like
this
that.
is
it's
a good diversion.
You got the bar at MacArthur Place.
Yep.
Great spot. And I really like MacArthur Place. Also, they have that front porch. Get coffee there.
Yes.
A lot of people hang out there.
A lot.
You don't need to be a hotel guest. A lot of locals just go there, and it's
I know. It's been very popular.
Wit and Wisdom down there at the Lodge at Sonoma. Oh, look. So one's from 2 to 4 at the bar, and then you can go down the street to Wit and Wisdom. You can pop in twice. That's smart.
There you go.
And then on Friday, Capoeiretta Tasting Room. They've really done a great job there.
Yeah,
it's open
they
late.
really have.
They've really livened up that half of the plaza.
They really have.
So they're neat there.
We're so happy we're going to be there. Yeah.
Oh, look at this! Is like the Italian theme. So from 12 to 2, it's Capoeiretta, and then from 2 to 4, it's Enoteca della Santina. So you just work your way again down the street.
I just love Rob's bar
Rob,
there.
yes.
It's just so fun. That's our kind of
This is the unofficial, little spot to go there.
Go-to drop-in.
And then it looks like on Saturday from 2 to 4 is at Williams Sonoma.
Yes.
The original Williams Sonoma.
The original.
A lot of people don't know that there's a whole, in the front they do some classes, but in the back they have a whole garden and event venue space that they can do cooking classes and stuff back there.
They do. And I believe the chef actually, I believe they're projected for the chef to do small pizzas or pizza bites there with wine.
And then by law, everyone will walk out with $300 worth of Le Creuset and knives that you definitely need. And of course I need a lemon de-seeder.
Zester where it doesn't fall on the floor. Zester.
I can't believe I didn't need this. So that's at Williams Sonoma. And then you can go up to Sonoma Cheese Factory from 4 to 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Under new ownership. Great spot. Really good coffee there now.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah. I like it. We can go in there.
I'm so happy that it's actually open again and viable and good again. And
I think the key to buying a hospitality business is making sure you open the hospitality business. I'm not an expert, but I'm a guy on a podcast, so therefore... Speaking of which, Ginny, I would like to take exception. I saw and hear that there is a live podcast occurring Friday at 11 o'clock called The Film That Blew My Mind live podcast. The hit podcast comes to Sonoma for a special episode taped live before a festival audience. Former Sundance directors and co-hosts John Cooper and Tabitha Jackson welcome Joan Chen and dive deep into a film that blew her mind.
Yes.
I mean, I'm feeling a little threatened. I'm just going to say right now. So, John and Tabitha, if you want to do a podcast throwdown, I'm here for it. We have the studio at 2 o'clock. So when you're done, come on back down here and we'll do a little Sharks and Jets kind of thing here. But that looks really neat. So people can watch the podcast live.
Absolutely.
Just like we have a live studio audience right now.
It's really fun. And I watched it for a little bit last year. And it really is fun how, how one person can talk about a film that they really got immersed
and becomes passionate about it. And
yes,
they just go
exactly. On. And Cooper's good. He's a really good MC for all.
Is he really?
Yes. He was the former executive director of Sundance.
Okay. So
he now lives in this area.
Oh, he does.
He does.
Oh,
he does. So
is he ever available Fridays at 2 o'clock for a podcast?
I'm not his agent.
Find out here. Ginny, this is great. I mean, every year you guys put together a really good program. You find all sorts of people. Before we move on to our next segment here, is there a website where people can go to buy passes and get more information?
Absolutely. So SonomaFilmFest.org.
Okay.
You can get the lineup of all the films. You can do searches by day, by genre.
Okay.
And certain things will come up like that. So you
smart.
can do some really good searches.
Because
trailers, all more extensive information about the films, when it plays, where it plays. Lots of information online. So again, that's SonomaFilmFest.org. You can buy a pass on our website if you don't have one already. If that doesn't suit you, you can buy individual tickets to films on our website.
Okay. It's all right there. And you even have information about parties, which we didn't really talk about, but the opening night party, a Studio 54 disco party, and then a centerpiece party.
Yes.
You got a lot going on.
Yeah, we do have a lot going on. We've kind of left Friday night open.
Right.
Because we're, again, hoping that people who see films during the day or maybe some films in the evening, that they will participate in different or go to different restaurants and places around the plaza and in Sonoma.
Nice.
So they have, the chance to experience other things that perhaps they'll come back to Sonoma for.
Right. I love that. Yeah. All right. SonomaFilmFest.org.
SonomaFilmFest.org.
All the information you need.
We'll give you so much information.
Unless we change the name eventually to the movie meetings. We'll work on that one. We're sticking with films, okay?
Okay, we will.
Jenny, before we move on to the next thing, do you want any Good and Plenty's or Sour Patch Kids or Junior Mints?
I think I'm good.
You okay?
I think I'm good.
Because the sugar is really in my head right now. With the sugar and the caffeine.
I'm going to save my sugar for my wine.
Probably wise. If you recall, Ginny, we have a segment here where you help us answer questions, right? So just a quick reminder, we have 2 visitor centers, one at Jacuzzi Family Winery, one at the Plaza. People call us, text us, email us. They slide into our DMs. They leave comments. They ask us on Facebook all sorts of questions, and our staff and visitor volunteers answer it. Yep. Yeah. So now you're going to help me in the segment we call We Get Questions. You ready?
I hope I have some answer. It may not be a good one, but I hope it's
no. You've got this. You've got this. Here's a good one.
Okay.
Via email, this one came in and said, "Where can we go to see wildflowers blooming now?"
Wow.
Yeah, wildflowers.
Well, I would say number one, Sonoma Botanical Gardens
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah.
would be my first choice to go because it's such a lovely area. You can have a great walk. I learned when I was there last year that most of the trees, the plants, or whatever were brought over from Japan.
Yeah, is that interesting?
Yeah,
They have a whole
it really
segment.
is.
It's all the Asian, Japan, China, some parts, parts that have similar weather, like so not too tropical, but some. There was a whole thing to save a lot of plants.
Absolutely.
And they would go there and reserve it.
Sure.
And then they just recently opened up a whole nother segment that's all the native plants and the native oak wood grasslands of Sonoma Valley.
Right.
And they have a lot of beautiful plants over there. So you're right, you will see wildflowers blooming at Sonoma Botanical Garden.
Absolutely, and maybe Jack London Park. You never know what you're going to see in wooded areas where other, kind of undisturbed.
You are right. Matter of fact, I happen to have you. Well, you are really good. I'm gonna give you a shift. Jack London Park has their 2025 Blooming Now Wildflower Guide. And they have wildflower spotters that go out and they spot them. And they put them on this little guide right here.
Wow.
And they have like Pacific Hound's Tongue, which is kind of a purple-looking thing near the Pig Palace and throughout the park. Milkmaids, Manzanita, which is a shrub, is blooming. Bermuda Buttercup and Oxalis, which is a non-native, that little yellow flowers that are out there.
Okay.
Field Marigold, Dutchman's Pipevine. Of course, you might know it as Aristolochia californica.
Oh,
I mean, as you do.
That rolls off my tongue.
So there's all sorts of flowers, vinca, some beautiful flowers that are, it gives you. But so like they have this, and there's all sorts of wildflowers.
So lovely.
But you can also go to Sonoma Valley Regional Park, and they also have on their website a list of all the places to go see wildflowers. So you're right. Just basically go out into a field.
Right.
You'll probably find one.
Maybe at this time of the year, the mustard grows in between the vines too.
It is mustard season.
Which is absolutely breathtaking to me to see the never-ending yellow mustard.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Ginny, have you ever run out into a mustard field to take a selfie?
No, that would not be something that I would do. I would run into the mustard field, but I would not be taking a selfie.
Can you believe it that every year people do that, though?
I do. I believe it.
I see it a lot, especially at BR
believe
Cone
it.
and stuff like that. Yep.
A little slack-jawed, but I believe it.
Well, it's probably the same way when you and I go to the old big city and we see something that's like 4 stories or taller, and we're like, "What? Look at that! What is this technology?" And so then we're the slack-jawed yokel out there.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a question we got via email. Is there a fee to enter Sonoma Valley?
I have never seen a toll booth here, except on the bridge.
Right.
So if you're talking about coming over the Bay Bridge or the Golden Gate Bridge,
I guess there's a fee over there.
I guess there's a fee to come up here.
Right.
But
not.
No, there's maybe, Jack London Park, there might be a fee to get in there, or the Botanical Gardens if it's a place like that. But there is not.
But you can freely enter the valley.
Absolutely.
Drive up Highway 12, Arnold
Yes.
Drive, go to the Springs, go to the Carneros, go to the City of Sonoma, Kenwood, Glen. It's all free. That's all.
free.
It's public land. Some of it's
Absolutely.
obviously private land. Don't go to people's houses. But no, unlike say like the Yosemite Valley or Death Valley, which are national parks for now, that you do not need to pay to go into Sonoma Valley. As a matter of fact, we want you to come visit, and it's free. And you can drive, you can bike, you can parachute in if you know how to do that. Be safe, but you can just get here, walk, canoe.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, really.
Yeah, so you can get up here. Here's a tough question, Ginny.
Uh-oh.
What's a good place for Chinese food in Sonoma?
Ooh, that really is a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because as far as I know, we don't have a specific Chinese restaurant in the city city or surrounding.
We do have one tucked away. There's probably two. We have one
probably
tucked
know more
away.
than I
Yeah, this is a tough one. I'll be honest, because we don't. Whereas we have a lot of wine country fabulous cooking. We don't have a lot of Chinese restaurants right now.
Right.
There's Amy's, which is near Sonoma Market, which is only open during the day. Kind of, it's like a lunch spot. It's really good if you want a good, quick, filling lunch. But it's not like the classic, Chinese restaurant they might be thinking about.
Right.
There's another one off Highway 12 in Verano, and his name currently escapes me, and it's right by where the Palms used to be. And now I'm doing a Sonoma thing. I'm referencing a thing by something that's not there anymore. Over there. Just past
down
the
the
Taco
road
Bell.
a piece.
So you're right. We don't have, like you said, you were in New York and Boston. They both have Chinatowns and good Chinese restaurants there. Not as good, of course, as San Francisco's. Fight me, New York. Fight me, Boston.
That's right.
And really, everyone knows the best part of San Francisco's Chinatown's actually in Oakland or Burlingame. Fight me, San Francisco. No, so
Yeah, that's right. I agree.
yeah, so we don't have the same thing. So that one is tricky. So if you're coming here solely for Chinese food, yes, we have it, but might not be the sole reason to come here. Yeah. Okay, here's one. Can I propose to my girlfriend in the plaza? Is that allowed?
Well, I know dogs and animals aren't allowed, except for ducks, maybe. But
what is with this town and the dogs in the plaza? I swear to God, nothing gets people's dungeon up quicker. The pitchforks come out. We'll address that. You just had to get the dog thing in there, didn't you?
That's a subject of another podcast. Are you kidding?
I have literally got an email last week. Okay.
What can't you do, right?
So here's the question. Can I propose to my girlfriend in the plaza?
I don't see a reason why not.
Unless she's a dog. Right. Here's the answer. Of course. If you want to propose to someone in the plaza, you don't, as long as you're not doing, like a mariachi band coming in and then a floats and then a chef coming out, as long as it's really low key.
Or parachuting
in. If it's real simple, you can, of course, propose to your girlfriend in the plaza.
Yes.
That is 100% allowed. As a matter of fact, the plaza could also be a place for weddings. People can reserve it through the city for a small fee. It's actually quite reasonable. And you don't want the whole plaza. You just want a segment.
Right.
Because if you reserve the whole plaza, then people are going to want to bring their dogs. And then you got to answer those emails.
Because we know I have been to weddings where the dog has actually walked down the aisle with the bride. Yes.
Did that work?
And groom.
Nice.
Yeah. It's part of the family.
My dog wouldn't do that. He would just run around. You answered all the questions.
Oh.
Wasn't that pretty easy?
With a lot of help about Chinese food.
Well, yeah, but we got that, that's easy. Which maybe if someone has a really good Chinese restaurant, maybe they need to open one in Sonoma. Yeah, and then next year, maybe when you're doing one of your culinary things, it could either be one of the pop-ups or it could be one of the feature places. Yeah, it could be Chinese films in the movies, which would be fun.
Yeah.
You answered all the questions. You did it. You're hired, lady. Good job. But before you start,
before I pass go.
Right. Before you leave SIFF, could you remind people how to find information about the film festival? Because I want them to buy passes soon, because I know tickets are on sale. They're going to go fast. So where do they go, Ginny?
Okay. So number one, please go to our website, sonomafilmfest.org. If you're in the area, you can certainly stop by the Visitors Bureau to pick up a pocket guide. There are some other places around the plaza where we have left some of our guides. And as of Monday, well, actually it's open this weekend as well, but we also have a box office here in Sonoma, and that is at 21 Patton Street, which is near the old firehouse here, across the street from Three Badge.
You just did it. You referred to a place that's not there.
That's not there. I did.
It's across from Williams-Sonoma.
It's
on
across
Broadway.
from Williams-Sonoma, behind the Shell station, across from Three Badge. I did say Three Badge, right?
Right. So by Garricky Wines, Three Badge tasting
right.
room. It's right there at 22 Patton Street.
That's right.
But it looks like a fire station because it used to be a fire station. Great. So they can go there to get more information. Every
Oh my
podcast,
goodness, that's
someone
so
does that. They
funny.
refer to a place that wasn't there.
I never even thought about it like
All the
that.
time. All the time. Ginny, that's wonderful. So thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
And after you're done going to SonomaFilmFest.org or going to the building that used to be another building to buy your pass, go to SonomaValley.com for deals, special offers, and events. The mustard is blooming. Come see us. It is beautiful. Mom and Dad, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you guys next week.